Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into something pretty amazing. The invisible chemical conversations that are happening all around us, all the time. We're talking about the secret language of the plant kingdom.
So, here's a wild thought. What if plants could scream? Now, obviously they don't have vocal cords, but trust me, they are far from silent. When they're being attacked or fighting for space, they are definitely communicating. They're just not using sound. They're using a hidden, incredibly complex language of chemicals.
You see, this chemical dialogue, it's how they navigate their world. It's how they wage actual territorial warfare against their rivals. It's how they literally cry for help when something is eating them alive. And it's how they warn their neighbors that danger is just around the corner.
Okay, so let's start with maybe the most aggressive form of this communication. We're talking about all-out chemical warfare.
This whole phenomenon has a name. It's called Allelopathy. And you can think of it as the biological equivalent of, building a chemical fence. Some plants release these super potent compounds into the soil to just shut down any competition, creating a literal no-grow zone all around themselves. And a notorious master of this whole strategy is the black walnut tree. Seriously, any gardener will tell you, try to plant a tomato or potato plant anywhere near a black walnut, it's pretty much a death sentence for your little plant. So how does the walnut pull this off? Well, it uses this really clever two-step chemical trick. First, the tree produces and stores a totally harmless chemical called hydrojugelone. But, and here's the kicker, when its leaves or roots come into contact with air or soil, oxidation happens, and that harmless substance converts into a super toxic chemical called jugelone. This stuff basically goes in and shuts down key enzymes in other plants, stopping them from getting water and nutrients. Game over. And you know what? The black walnut is definitely not a lone wolf here. As you can see, tons of common trees, from the sugar maple to the American sycamore, use their own special chemical cocktails to control their turf and knock out the competition. But, okay, plant communication isn't just about ruthless competition. It's also this incredibly sophisticated alarm system, a chemical cry for help when a plant suddenly finds itself on the menu. So, picture this. A hungry caterpillar starts munching on a leaf. The plant doesn't just sit there and take it. No way. It releases this puff of airborne chemicals called Volatile Organic Compounds, or VOCs for short. You can almost think of it like the plant's own unique scent of distress, like a chemical perfume that says, "I'm in trouble." And this isn't just some random puff of gas. Oh no, the specific blend of these VOCs acts as a highly targeted SOS signal. This chemical scream for help literally travels through the air and attracts the enemies of whatever is attacking it. So for our caterpillar, that might mean calling in parasitic wasps, which, will happily come and deal with the caterpillar. It's an absolutely brilliant indirect defense strategy.
Okay, but this is where it gets even more fascinating. It's not just predators who are picking up on these chemical alarms. The nearby plants, they're actively eavesdropping too.
You know, scientists have known that plants could sorta talk to each other since the 1980s. But the big mystery, the central question, has always been how? How does a plant with no nose, no nervous system, how does it actually smell or pick up on these airborne warnings from its neighbors? Well, thanks to some incredible new research, we finally have a visual answer. And it is stunning. A team led by Professor Masatsugu Toyota actually managed to watch this communication happen in real time. So here's what they saw. Using plants engineered to literally glow, they watched the whole thing unfold. First, those airborne VOCs, the warning signals, enter the leaf through these tiny pores called stomata. The moment they're inside, bam! The chemicals trigger this immediate, rapid wave of calcium ions that just flashes across the plant's cells. It looks like a lightning storm inside the leaf. And that calcium signal is the trigger that tells the plant, okay, activate defenses, and it starts ramping up its own defensive chemicals.
So here's the crucial part. The eavesdropping plant doesn't go into full-blown panic mode right away. Instead, it gets primed. It's like it's on high alert, ready for a fight. So when that caterpillar finally does show up, the primed plant's defensive response is so much faster and stronger than a plant that was caught by surprise. The result? It takes way less damage.
So when you start to piece all this together, right? The chemical warfare, the cries for help, the neighborhood watch warnings, you suddenly realize there's this incredibly complex, totally invisible network of information flowing through the environment all around us, all the time.
And look, understanding the secret language has massive implications. For agriculture, it's the science behind push-pull farming, using certain plants to literally push pests away and others to pull in helpful predators. This kind of research is inspiring brand new, sustainable ways to protect our food without just dumping on pesticides. And it gives us a much deeper appreciation for the intricate web that holds entire ecosystems together.
It really just reveals a world that is so much more active and communicative than we ever imagined. And it really makes you wonder, right? What other silent conversations, carried on the wind in a language of molecules, are we only just beginning to overhear?